SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information. Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It is right now Monday afternoon after Week 7 in the NFL, so we are doing our usual Monday show, opening line show with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, where we take a look at the recent opening lines from the NFL, think about which ones might attract public action, sharp action, and which ones might move significantly. Joe Duffy, thanks for being back with us this week.
Thank you, Peter. One of my favorite times of the week for sure.
So how'd you do this week at OffshoreInsiders.com?
We did actually went 2-1 with my wise guy plays in college football. Admittedly, I missed the big play, but I always say for money management, all wise guy plays are counted the same. 10-4 with our wise guy plays, and I was bragging on my website today. You know you're good when you hit 60% of your NFL plays as I enter the Monday night, and your winning percentage drops. We're 3-2 entering the Monday night game, and we did hit our interconference total of the year on Green Bay under yesterday. Man, that became more of a sweat than we thought, but it cashed in. So yes, we're continuing our great year, and we're well above 60%. I think it's third. It was at 40 and 25, maybe something like that.
All right.
I must admit, I can't even remember the exact record, but we are well above 60% for the year.
Okay, good to hear. Joe Duffy chugging along, as always, at OffshoreInsiders.com. All right, the opening lines for NFL Week 8. Let's get into them. The first line that jumps out to me, now I've been talking to lines managers. I do a show every week with Brent, the head lines manager at BetDSI, and each week the public pounds the hell out of Denver overs, and more often than not, the sharps also come in. This last week was no exception, and the books get pounded every week, losing with the overs in Denver games. And I'm looking at you, Washington, Denver, 57. It's a total in the stratosphere. I know that's going to be another huge overside for the public. I suspect it's going to be another overside for the sharps as well. And I suspect, the books are going to lose again with it. What do you think?
Well, it is ironic. This was the first week all season that we passed on the Denver total. We have been betting them over all year. Got a little nervous with Von Miller back because one of the reasons that we had the over was we knew that they had no pass rush with Elvis Dumervil gone, and Von Miller was out the first 6 games with a suspension. But with Miller coming back and with Champ Bailey there, we decided to pass on the game. We certainly didn't go with the under, but I agree with you. Plus, don't forget that RG3 finally had his breakout game 2 weeks ago on Sunday night. He showed some flashes. Yesterday, he was sensational. So I think the public's going to love it, not just because of Denver, but because all of a sudden Washington's offense may be back.
All right, and then another side that I'm thinking might be a sharp side is Oakland as a home underdog. This one jumped out at me. I actually admit that I bet it on the opening line. Would you really think that Oakland should be a home underdog to Pitt coming off a bye?
No, and not only that, we've been fading Pittsburgh all year. We did have a heartbreaking loss yesterday, but the Steelers' win yesterday was very much a close win. I'm not a big fan of the Steelers, and I've been riding Oakland. I know that they struggled 2 weeks ago, but they were able to make some adjustments off of a bye. Remember what I said, a bye week, the best time to happen is when a team needs to make adjustments. So we're probably going to be on the same side there as well.
One line that's definitely going to be a public side, at least on the teasers and probably on the side as well, is the Pats. Anytime the Pats are a home favorite of a touchdown, the public loves it, right, Joe?
Yeah, no, you're correct there. And not only that, but the sharps are ready to fade Miami. We weren't big believers in Miami. Quite frankly, a lot of us still are wondering if Kansas City is great as they've shown, but they keep winning. But Miami had been undefeated. Now they've lost 2 straight games. It's the time to fade them. I do think that the sharps will be not so much just betting on, the public will be betting on New England, but the sharps will look at it as fading a Miami team that was playing over their head, and now they're regressing to their mean.
All right, and then the only other game that I want to specifically make sure that we get to is, here we go again, right? Here we go again. Jacksonville, huge underdog, plus 17, against San Francisco. And I'm thinking that San Francisco, even at minus 17, might very well be a huge public side.
Yeah, well, again, there's no question, as we said, the public likes betting the better team in mismatches. Sharps, though, Jacksonville, again, remember, they've got Justin Blackmon back,
Sure.
Cecil Shorts. He's still a pretty good player. And we said all along, Chad Henne is the better short-term solution.
Yeah.
So whether or not the Sharps will be betting on San Fran, I don't know about that, but the public absolutely.
Yeah, well, I'll be very interested to hear from Brent from BetDSI on Friday what kind of action he has seen on this game. All right, that's all I wanted to ask you about in terms of specific opening lines. Are there any other openers that caught your eye?
Yeah, as far as my metrics is in predicting line moves, it looks like there's going to be a rare case of public money on an underdog on Atlanta, a slight underdog. I also believe if Jason Campbell is announced as the Cleveland starting quarterback, that the Sharps will bet on Cleveland. So they're probably the two. I think Atlanta is going to be a public move, and Cleveland, if they do make the quarterback change, will be a sharp move.
Great points, Joe Duffy, and I really like that prediction about Cleveland. All right, so out of all the lines that are out right now, I'm going to predict that the biggest line mover will be Oakland closing close to Pick'em. What do you think will be the biggest line mover, Joe Duffy?
Well, as much as I do agree there will be sharp move on there, I'm not so sure about that. Really, it may be the marquee game next week. Well, not necessarily the marquee game, I guess, is always a Sunday night game, but the Monday night game, Kellen Clemens, there's no way the public is going to want to bet on an inferior team with a very shaky journeyman backup quarterback. The public loves Seattle. I think, if anything, it might be on the Monday night game betting the road favorite. Seattle already at double digits. I think that line's going to go up.
All right, great show once again, Joe Duffy. Thanks so much. Talk again on Friday to see where these lines did, in fact, move.